Kirby is easily one of my favorite franchises next to Pokemon, so when I heard there was a ROM hack featuring Kirby characters, I knew I had to play it. And with Kirby being a normal type in this mod, I figured why not do a normal only playthrough? Day one of this playthrough truly begins when I catch my true starter, Sweet Tea the Woofy. With nothing else to catch right now, I head to Pewter City and reach my first problem. See, Brock uses rocks, and my lone Sweet Tea can't really do much against rocks. I do give it the old college try at the level cap, but it becomes very clear this isn't going to work without some over leveling. I at first go to level 19 and lost to a crit rock tomb, and while maybe level 19 could have worked, I decided to just hit 20 and evolve Sweet Tea into Garoofy and challenge Brock once more. I survived his Gonson relatively easily, and I think by sheer luck of Brock not using Rock Tomb, I'm also able to take out his Golem, getting our first badge. Now that I have access to Route 3, I had 3 Wild Ds to my team: Wee, Woo, and later Ban. I then head to Mount Moon and catch Cece, the Blink Bat. I think it caught up in a pretty scary moment, or not scary, but what could be very annoying moment. Do you remember the trainer that you fight before you get the fossils in Mount Moon? Well, he had a Caper, which is a ghost type with Levitate, meaning that nothing in my team could hurt it. I thought I was going to be stuck here forever, because on top of not being able to hurt it, Caper at this point doesn't have any damaging moves, so I thought it was going to be back and forth until one of us was just going to struggle to death. I was ready to be stuck in battle purgatory for a while until I remembered Sweet Tea has the move Order Sleuth. A move I never use has finally come in clutch to make it to where we don't get stuck here for the foreseeable future. I exited the other side of Mount Moon and leveled up my guys, and now we've reached the reason why I said Band comes a little bit later. You see, originally I had 3 Waldies: Wee, Woo, and Wah. And the reason for having 3 is because Wild D has 3 evolutions based on its stats. Those evolutions being Big D, Puppet D, and my holy grail, Bandana D. Bandana D is essentially Hitmontop. Wild D's attack and defense have to be equal to get it to evolve into Bandana D. So yeah, this took multiple attempts, but we do eventually get Bandana D, and Bobo, the starter I pick, now has some friends that keep him company in the box. With the D sorted out, I go and challenge Misty. Her Floatzel falls to a low kick from Band, and her Mr. Green falls to a body slam from Woo, getting us our second badge and ending day 2. I start in Cerulean City and battle my rival for access across the Nugget Bridge. He opens with a bird on, I switch to Woo and defeat it. His Dupa and Grusa both follow Band, and his Woofy falls to Sweet Tea, getting us the win. I then reach Cappy Bill and help fix him up, getting the ticket for the SSN. I enter Route 6 and get a new member of the team, Poppins, the Drifter. Entering Vermilion City, I hop aboard the SSN and battle Magolor once again. His team is pretty similar, but Woofy has evolved into Garoofy and Grusa into Joe. With Magolor defeated again, I go and challenge Lieutenant Surge and his electric types. I honestly had more trouble with Surge's puzzle than his battle, mainly because I recently got a TM for Dig, and I taught it a Sweet Tea, which means this goes about how you would expect. His Waldo and Plasma Whiff go down really easily, and while Crackle Jr. is immune to Dig, it didn't really put up much of a fight, and we got our 3rd badge. I get through Rock Tunnel and eventually reach Celadon City and confront Team Rocket in their casino base. I battle through the grunts and reach Giovanni, who is clearly doing a similar challenge as he also only uses normal types. His Absorber gets taken out by Wee, and Band takes out Big D and Boofahorn. With Team Rocket on the run, I level up my star allies and challenge Erica. Our newly evolved Poppins makes Quick Wilker of Tontega, Lady Ivy, and Poison Mash, getting us our 4th badge. For my final act of day 2, I use my mom's credit card to buy the premium currency at the casino to get a new member of the team, in Norton the Computer Virus. And that's the end of day 2. Day 3 definitely had a weird start, as my game kept crashing while I was in battle, meaning I constantly had to restart. So when I reach Magolor, I just sweep through his team with Poppins. I make my way through the Pokemon Tower and run into a shiny I can't use, so say hi to Bloopy, cause it's the only time you're gonna see him. I do the rest of the Pokemon Tower stuff and eventually catch Four-Face to Scarfy. I then use the Pokemon Flute to wake up and catch Eepee the Noddy, and with these new members of the team, we head to Silph Co to beat Team Rocket. I run to Magolor again and we battle. He opens with Dynablade, I switch to Woo, who was evolved gaining the Iron type, and take out Dynablade with a Meteor Mash. Wee has gained the Ground type and uses an Earthquake to take care of Galpo. I then send out Norton to deal with Gator and Dippa. Switching to Poppins, I deal some decent damage, but miss a bounce and fall to Gobbler. I switch to Band to defeat it, and Wee Earthquake is able to defeat Dark Matter, getting us the win. Confronting Giovanni, most of his team actually falls to Band's revenge. He then sends out Orbzerver, who confuses Band, so I switch to Wee, and we are able to defeat Giovanni, kicking him out of Silph Co. With Giovanni's defeat, I enter Saffron Gym and battle Sabrina. She opens with Dippa, I open with Band, taking out Dippa with a slash. Nesp is sent out, I switch to Woo, taking out with a Meteor Mash. The same can be said for my goat Squashini. I do love me some epic yarn rep, but he has to go down. Her final Pokemon, I guess, I actually don't know what to call him, is Deppa, who takes out most of my team before I remember, oh yeah, Steel resists Psychic. So I send out Woo and I'm able to get the win. I then head straight to Fuchsia to battle Koga. I had planned to sweep the team with Wii, but Hustle was really showing the lower accuracy part of its ability. He's only able to take out 2 Venox before I need to switch him out with Wu, taking out Miasmoros. Norton is able to freeze and burn Crocon with Tri-Attack, eventually defeating it, getting us badge number 6, the win, and ending day 3. We start in Safari Zone for day 4, catching BB the Bufahorn and get the Surf HM. After a couple of changes to the team and some more items bought, we head towards Cinnabar Island to battle Blaine. He opens with Pompey, who falls to BB's Surf. His Galbo falls to a Horn Attack, and his Burn Leo also falls to Surf. Galboros is able to take out BB, so I send out Poppins and fly high, taking out Galboros and getting us badge number 7. With Blaine defeated, we head straight towards Viridian City to battle Giovanni. He opens with Galgal, forcing him to use the Hyper Potion with Surf, and I eventually take it out. BB lives a superpower from Grand D, taking it out with the Surf. I swap to Ban and face Dekabu, defeating it with Megahorn and Slash. His Sandring keeps flinching from Stomp and uses up his second Hyper Potion and eventually falls to Poppins. His final team member is Orbserver. I switch to Wu and hit a Hyper Beam and then switch back to Poppins, avoiding the Earthquake, defeating Orbserver and Giovanni, getting our 8th badge. With Giovanni defeated, I gain access to Celadon Cave, and the main reason we chose normal type, at least besides Bandana Team. Reaching deepest parts, we find Void. Now I could tell you we had an epic battle of epic proportions that led to me catching it, but not really. I just threw a Master Ball and called it a day. Void will eventually evolve into Kirby, but that's only through high happiness. So I got a lot of friendship grinding to do by the end of day 4 and the beginning of day 5, so I'll see you then. Our final day begins with Magalore challenging us to a battle. He opens with Dynablade, who falls to Void. His Gordo falls to BB Surf, Bufahorn to Wu, Floatzo to Norden, and Dippa to Void. His final Kirby-mon is Dark Matter. I initially kept Void in, but eventually switched to BB to get the win. After his defeat, I began making my way through Victory Road, trying to win every fight I could with Void to get his friendship as high as possible to hopefully get an easy evolution into Kirby. I come out the other side and my hopes are dashed. We're clearly not close enough with Void to get Kirby this easily. So it's grind time. I run around Victory Road trying to get every win I can, even running into like literally 2 shiny Gonsons, which was kind of crazy. I got very quickly bored of this and said screw it and filled Void up with rare candies. Now my hope was I was still close enough with it to where it would evolve relatively early, but it wouldn't evolve until it became level 89. So at the time I made a decision to not use Kirby as much as I would have liked because his level was so high. I do regret that because I didn't really get to show him off like I would have liked to, but with Kirby now in the team, I looked at the movesets and said, we gotta fix this. So I went on a little gambling and shopping spree to get some TMs and make my mons have actually decent movesets. With evolution and moves squared away, we can finally enter the Elite Four. We obviously start with Lorelei. My awful luck in Pokemon strikes again as I get turn 1 freezed against her Snarl. I use up a full heal and take it out with Flamethrower, and the rest of her team all fall to Ban's Brick Break, getting us the win. Up next is one of 2 possible threats, Bruno. Norton is able to survive Golem's Earthquake, freezing him with a Tri-Attack and taking him out with an Ice Beam. I send out BB against his Grandmam. I nearly take her out, but Bruno heals, and even though we get her health real low, it's simply not enough, and BB goes down. Ban takes care of Grandmam and swaps out for Poppins against Boxer, taking him out. Bonkers is then sent out. Poppins gets him real low, but his increased defense from Bulk Up saves him, letting Bruno heal and have him sweep most of my team until I send out Kirby and take care of Bonkers and Bugsy, getting us the win. Agatha is the other possible threat since, as you know, she uses the Ghost type. And of course, this fight starts off in the most annoying way possible, with Agatha hitting every Hypnosis and every Confuse Ray. On top of that, it couldn't do any damage to me because its only damage move was Shadow Punch, and well, normal type only playthrough, you can see how that would go. After what felt like forever, we do finally take out Ted Han. Her Ace Fanta uses Destiny Bond, taking Wu with it. Plasma Wisp tried to avoid everything with Double Team, but Norton hit a Lock Gun and then an Ice Beam. Scoleon comes out and we return to Hypnosis Hell, but this time with the new added bonus of Nightmare! Yay! Add a little Pain Split for flavor and eat a recipe for me not wanting to be here anymore. Norton thankfully freezes Scoleon and takes it out, leaving just cool Spook. I swap to Poppins, defeating Agatha. Thank God. So for Lance's team, I'll be real, I just buffed Ban with Sword Dance twice and I swept his entire team with the Kirby Goat. With Lance soundly defeated, we just have our champion battle against Mac. Giving Kirby a chance to shine, it takes out both Dynablade and Dippa with ease. He then sends out Blade Dark Matter, who takes out Norton. I send out BB and do some great damage and it eventually takes itself out with Recoil. I send in Wu and Flamethrower the Blado, but he gets swapped for Otacon, and Wu does what he can, but does eventually fall. Ban takes care of Otacon Otacon, and I swapped to Kirby to take care of Blade, leaving Magolor with just one Kirbymon, Bufahorn. The star of our team, Band, comes out, defeats Bufahorn, and we become the champions of the Kanto Dreamland. Hey, thank you all so much for watching. I will say I'm a little sad King Dedede wasn't the champion of this ROM hack, but other than that, it was a great time. I hope you all enjoyed watching. The next few videos, the next few series actually, should be coming out sometime relatively soon. They're already recorded. I just gotta write and do all the other YouTube things. But yeah, hope you're excited. Bye-bye.